gathered together from the cosmic reaches of the universe, here in this great hall of justice, are the most powerful forces of good ever assembled. Dedicated to truth, justice, and peace for all mankind.
Welcome, everybody. This is the Spinner Rack. Once again, we have Prime Minister here and Cal. We're going to talk about Flash. Now, I got to say, some people have told me they're disappointed with the finale, and some people say that they liked it. But you know what I think?
Uh-oh.
Do you know what I think?
He loved it.
Okay. I did not like the finale itself. There were just too many problems! So I'm going to pass it on to my man, Kyle Ripken here, and he's going to tell us what he thinks. Of course, it's going to be different.
I like it. I just have one problem with it. I have been waiting for 3 seasons.
I haven't finished setting it up.
What'd you say?
I said I'm going to pass it, but I haven't finished saying I'm going to, and he's once again is going to agree with me that there's big problems with this particular. Pass it on to my fellow Brooklyn wannabe boy. Let's go.
You're kidding me. You don't even live there anymore. Anyway, that being said, I have been a devoted follower of this show for 3 seasons. Finally, I've got Iris on the couch. I've got Barry on the couch. He says, "Are you ready to be Miss Iris West?" She's like, "Yes." And I'm like, finally, they're done with all this Flashpoint nonsense. And what do? You jerked me. You got to go throw him into the Speed Force again. I get no catharsis. Bad enough that he's saying goodbye to everybody while all the lightning is going on and people are running around scared. And he's like, "Hey, Pop, I'm going to leave." And Jay, we'll see each other again, hopefully. And Iris is still. I'm like, dude, maybe you just need to run into the Speed Force. But come on. I mean, come on. I understand you don't want to have a moonlighting on your hand. But, dude, these guys are like a hot second away from being married. You got to end it with Iris. Her face looks terrible, full of tears and everything of that nature. I hate you. Okay? And yes, I'll be back in the autumn to see what's going on. But I hate you.
That's what I was saying. It was, you started so strong in liking it, and then the end, was it that bad for you at the end of it?
I'm being jerked here. Like he did everything he needed to do. Does he really need to go into the Speed Force to serve some sort of penance? Does he? Okay, come on. They've been piling on him all season for that mistake. All season long.
And
Give the guy the happy ending.
He needs to be piled on. Petey, hearing the madness, he just said that he actually liked it, but he actually turned it down. What do you think about that? It's he's of two minds, actually.
Well, I have more questions than answers. But I mean,
you
like the show. That's what people are passionate about. What they don't like. So it's like it sounds like he doesn't. I mean, it might be strange to the viewers, but you did like most of the episode. Just the end part was sort of full of.
I jerked at the end.
Okay,
but it brought you in. You still you think it's going to resolve in the next.
Hey, they put in a villain I wasn't necessarily expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it had to be a speedster. They got me. They had that right there.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to bring it all. It wasn't terrible. Like some of the stuff I've seen on Arrow or Supergirl. That sort of stuff.
We'll talk about those later.
Then you get down. I was like, and everything. He was able to wrap up everything. He didn't go over here to try to kill the dude. He tried to help him. Yeah. Okay. He still promotes the heroism that he's supposed to do. Everybody comes out. It was solid all the way through. They tied up everything, and I thought they were going to have some really big gaping plot holes by the time they were sitting on the couch. I was like, no, okay, good. Let's put the Flashpoint nonsense behind us. The same way I would love to put the New 52 and that whole Flashpoint debacle behind us. And it's like, no, it's like this guy could not catch a break this season. No, it was like. No, Barry, you went back and you changed time, and you're going to pay for it
and he needs
all
to pay for it.
year long.
That's right.
Well, isn't Jeff Johns still involved?
Yes.
So it's like it's his baby.
That's right,
He's going to want to add his thing to have some sort of, make it even bigger.
Exactly.
So now it's like, it's a ripple effect.
Like a doomsday clock? Is that
It could be like a certain clock that's,
Superman symbol at the top of the clock?
And then, have the button,
that's
Watchmen, a bunch of things all together with Superman.
It's a very possibility. I see more links with this show than the comics too. But here's my take on this. Look, the episode. I heard that. I heard. Oh no, the episode when Iris died was great. She died. She had to die. She had to die because he had to suffer for his failings. And what are his failings? Frigging Flashpoint. He never should have went back. Okay, we all know that. When you mess with time, when you mess with the multiverse, it comes back at you, bro. It comes back at you. And he had to pay. Not necessarily him, but his girl. Somebody had to die.
All right, wait, I gotta say this. There was a lot of internet sentiment against Iris, the actress.
All right.
And the same with Laurel from Arrow.
Right.
And I think it's totally unwarranted. I like both actresses. When I saw them again, when I watched the episode, why is there so much terrible stuff about her?
Well, I'm not against Iris per se, and she's a girlfriend. And Laurel,
But I'm saying that's sort of playing to the fans by
Iris
getting rid of
because
her.
she's black.
Okay, I
And
can go with
Laurel-
that.
No,
And Laurel, because Laurel is a pretty girl. They were like, no, don't let the pretty girl get the guy this time. Let Felicity get the girl this time.
No, that wasn't
There you
why.
go.
Because what happened is that
And the
Laurel
show-
opened up. Laurel wasn't the Black Canary everybody expected to her. They didn't push her as well. But hey, that's
What are
another
you
show.
talking about? They
That's
had, set
another.
that up, they had set that up from the
But it
first
didn't
season.
work. People like
They
the.
set it
They
up,
like
no.
the.
They
We're
set
not
it up
going
for
to
the
go
first
into that.
season, and
It was
then
there
they had
already.
this groundswell of no, let Felicity have it. Why can't she have the guy? Why does the best friend can't get the guy? Let him. And then they listened to them, and then he went riding off into the sunset with her. Season 3, it was terrible, and the show suffered for it. You're damn right.
I tell you,
That's
disagree.
playing to the fans.
And what do you have to do? You have to
You
play to
don't
the fans.
play- no.
You play to the fans
No, you
because the
don't play
fans
to
are the
the
ones
fans.
who pay your bills.
What is Stanley, even though Stanley
Who are
didn't know
you,
his father.
Shonda Rhimes? What are you talking about?
I don't know
You're
what
not
you're
supposed to
talking
give the fans what they think they want.
No, you're supposed to have your story set. You know what the story is. You're not
about.
waiting on to see what the reaction
I see
is.
no problem with Felicity. Felicity was an okay story. I got that. But listen, we digress. So getting back once again. All right, look. We find out it's Wells who HR who actually who changed the whole thing, and he's the one who ends up dying instead of Iris. All right, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, we got
Good
plenty.
resolution.
We can always go to another
But
Earth
the
and get
minute,
another one.
but the minute, and the reason he did is because he gave her up what world she was. But the minute we find out that she survives, everything's over for Savitar, right? You look at the newspaper. Iris West Allen is on the doggone thing. The Flash disappears in 2024. Okay, all right, cool. So it shouldn't be a big thing. But what happens? It lingers. He's trying to change the world. He's trying to make people suffer. You're like, wait a second. According to the newspaper, things worked out well. So why are we even going back into this? It's already set. It hasn't been
It
changed.
doesn't work like that, though. We see the newspaper, so we know that she's. Look, we know
We
that
know
somehow
she's-
Barry's going to
she
get out.
and her
we know
survive,
that somehow
and they get
Barry's gonna-
married.
We know that somehow Barry's going to get out of the Speed Force as well, because we saw the newspaper. We know that everything's going to end up. We know that everything's going to turn out well. That doesn't mean he just magically disappears.
He
This
does
guy
magically disappear, though.
No.
Yeah, he does magically
No,
disappear
it
at the
was
very
like,
end.
okay, we stopped Iris from dying. Now he just magically disappears.
He
It
should
takes
have
time.
magically disappeared. That's what should have happened. But all right, you're right. They gave him time to disappear or dissolve. Now, he had this whole setup plan where he knew that once this fell through, his backup plan was to have Killer Frost
Killer Frost.
stop Black Flash. Such a cop out. Black Flash runs out for him. She freezes him, and that's it. I mean, are you serious? This is Black Flash who was unstoppable throughout Legends. Black Flash was unstoppable here.
The power the freeze power,
I'm just
the
saying
speed
that
of how
it was
she
just
used
so
it.
anticlimactic. Okay, the next problem that we have here, and this is not me, this is the people talking, not just me. The people talking.
The people do not talk to you.
Okay,
So this has to be just you.
so then we have the issue with what happened to the Reverse Flash, right? He set this whole thing up, and he said, "Hey, you're not going to like the changes I made." You figure he would come back somehow to explain, to put a close on this whole book because he let this guy go. Does that happen? No, he dies in Legend, and that goes away.
can't go with you
I
there.
totally
That's
disagree.
just-
What happened? We wanted a closure to this story.
No,
There's
that's
thing.
you wanting to steak medium. That's you wanting to steak medium well, and and you
I like
got
my
it
steaks.
medium.
I like my steaks rare. I mean, well. Okay.
Okay, that's pretty
Well.
much that. That's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
I like it well, baby.
Oh my God.
I can't have no blood, no red. That damn thing needs to be cooked, clean through, and I need to be able to cut it. And I want
Unedible.
rice. I don't want no damn
can't-
potatoes with my damn steak. Okay?
You said
That's how
it
you
needed
have
to
it.
be
And then
cut,
plantains
though.
on the side to
You
move.
said it needed to be cut because you can't eat it, right? You need it in small portions because it's so tough.
You want rice with your steak?
I'm not going to answer.
How long have you been in this country?
Oh my gosh. I'm just saying that I've been to
Now there's
steakhouses
steak
where they
with the
serve
beans
rice.
and rice.
Okay? There's been steakhouses that I've been to that serve it with rice. Okay? Go to Harlem and you'll see East Harlem on 119th Street. You'll find a spot. All right?
That's wonderful. Again, I thought the show, I thought the season finale, with the exception of that last portion, that you guys keep jerking me. I don't want to be jerked anymore. Season 4, I'm coming back. But, dude, I don't want to hear any more about Flashpoint.
No
I don't want to
speedsters.
hear it ananymore.
Flashpoint,
okay?
we need to come back and finish it
Get
up.
the two of them together, okay? It's been long enough. They've been
But-
through enough storm and stress.
You said
Drum and drung. Over.
you said that you said
I
you
wanna
don't
see 'em
want
together.
You said you didn't want a moonlighting situation.
It's a moonlighting
I said I
situation.
understand.
It's not a
I
moonlighting.
You don't
understand,
want
that,
that-
I
you don't
understand
want-
that you want to avoid a moonlighting situation.
Wait, hold on. You keep
You
referring
have
to
done that.
Wait. I just want to clarify. When we talk about moonlighting, we're talking about the 80s show with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd. We're not talking about the recent movie that came out. I mean, I know that's one of his favorite shows, but that's not the movie we're talking
What
about.
the hell are you talking about?
All right.
No,
So
one is Moonlight
And
and
I
one
just-
is
I
Moonlighting.
I just want to make sure they understand the difference.
Eldro. Some walk by night. That show.
That's what I'm
Okay.
talking about. So in case
I
people
would've-
get confused, because they
I
may
would
not
have
know what you're talking
said
about.
Moonlighting was still good. The only problem was that the actors were not in the show. Like for the last couple seasons, they were fighting and
Yeah.
feuding, and they were like, and the show was like, oh, next week it'll be better, and it's like there was no shows.
But moonlighting becomes more of a reference like jumping the shark. Where, even if you say jumping the shark,
Yeah,
Happy
yeah.
Days went on and was successful for several
Right.
seasons after all of
And they
that.
still
So it
spin
just
off-
becomes this term. It just becomes this term to define what I'm talking about.
But,
But it's okay, you
many of
consummated
our
the
customers,
relationship- you
many of our
consummated the relationship.
subscribers won't know what you're talking about. So we need to make sure
We
they
didn't
understand.
know. We're not going into the whole. We did
No,
enough
no,
on
I know. I saw what
Moonlighting.
you were
We
trying
already-
to do there.
We already did.
Okay.
enough.
Okay. So that's fine. But the bottom line is, you've already done. Look, most of the romance shows want to have the whole. There has to be. We get them together. We get them close, and then we distance them. You've done that to the point. Anything further is cruelty and on top of the torture that you're doing at this point.
He needed to
Ness-
suffer for Flashpoint. You don't mess with
He
time.
suffered all season long.
He needs to suffer. He needs to lose his parents. That includes Joe. He needs to lose Iris. That includes Iris. He needs to lose Wally.
He needs to lose Iris. That includes Iris.
I just want to make sure all Irises all together.
He's a little excited right now.
I'm just saying. I'm not down for
No,
it.
no.
And you know what?
From
The
that
last thing.
first episode, from that first episode all the way up to now, this has been what? This has been Barry being punished from start to finish for the mistake. Everybody's made mistakes on this show. Nobody has been punished to this
No,
extreme.
totally disagree.
No one.
He was told not to go back and share in season 2.
The bottom
You
line is
can't
he's
do it
being
again.
punished for a mistake,
But he keeps
over
doing
the
it.
course of an entire season.
Hey, that's what
It's
happens. baby.
enough.
No,
It's enough.
if you mess with the timeline, you need to suffer. And lastly, I want to get to the last part. The part that really the streets are speaking through me. What the hell happened?
What's
You
your
know?
position on illegal immigration then?
So, we're talking about this right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What happened is you have him going into the wormhole aliens, and you know what? I have to agree with the Websters out there, the YouTubers. This is friggin' Star Trek DS9 web hole aliens who come out to get you.
Wormhole?
Wormhole aliens.
Not web hole. There's no such thing as a web hole. There's
What
a
are you talking
wormhole.
about?
The wor-
You know
These
what
are the
the wormhole
aliens, the way they
is,
set it up.
Deep
This
Space
is the
Nine is
wormhole.
right next to a wormhole,
Yeah,
and all
wormhole.
these aliens
One,
would
you
come out.
can't read internet stuff and then come here and start talking.
I saw both the show DS9 and I
You
said
have
it's the
to
same
be-
thing.
you have
And
to
I
be
have
an
talked to the
independent-
street.
you have to be
And
an
I talked to the
independent
streets
thinker.
and the streets are saying, yo, that's the same thing. You're 100%
You have
right.
to be an independent thinker. A
I'm-
lot of these guys don't live in reality. That's why they can see the connection between this show and DS9.
Then
that
you need
came
to
out.
you need
They
to watch
it too
DS9.
often. They've watched it like
You
8
need
or
to
9
write-
times.
You need to watch it and see what it's. What do you mean? Those
I
are
don't
one of the
need
main
to watch it.
characters.
I don't need to
It
watch
starts
it
at the
again.
beginning of DS9. You deal with the wormhole. Cisco, you are the Cisco, and at the very end, Cisco, you're the Cisco. Who's one of us? Okay, cool. You know what I'm trying to say?
You
This
have to
is
be an
basically
independent thinker.
Speedsters. I am here. No more speedsters for the rest of the next season. Okay, we're moving on to somebody
It's
other
Flash.
than
It's gonna have some speedsters.
yeah,
There's
with
a-
the
yeah,
first,
that's
we had the
it.
reverse speed, we had Zoom, we
Yeah,
had
yeah, we got
Sabotage.
guys
Let's
speed,
move
so.
something else. Let's move
Like
on to
what?
something else. I don't know. Try somebody else.
Well,
bro.
when you know, then you can talk about it. Until
Oh,
then, there's nothing to say.
There it goes. All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we come to a meeting of the minds.
Well, the other thing about time, the last thing would be, time is something that can be faster than, someone who can operate around time can be faster than the Flash. So there's always possibility of some sort of time travel. The Flash of two worlds is,
But that's the reverse Flash. That's the reason why he was such a
Right.
good villain for him, because it wasn't that he was faster. It was that he could manipulate time where the Flash couldn't do it.
As well.
And then they started really muddying the waters with that, because then they allowed the Flash to go through time, and that wasn't something he was supposed to be able to do. They were supposed to cut that back. Okay, but if the whole idea was that we're going to show why you don't go through time, I think we got it.
I know, I'm just saying
we got it.
it's a thing where you say, oh, Flash is this Flash, time, something related to time could be faster. So you have an adversary you could come up with through that. That's why it keeps running into
but
that all the time. And I get it.
I could really go into
But I don't
this.
have a
I've been watching
problem- I
Genius
don't-
recently with Albert Einstein.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the whole thing of time, with time is relative, all of that stuff. We could really go into that at this point, but we would lose Mario. So,
I gotta watch it.
I don't believe in that stuff. So look, what I'm going to go to again is I'm going to say, look, if we have a story, this is how I look. You read a story, you have the first, second, third act, right? And in the first act, basically you're saying, hey, we're setting it up so that this guy understands that because of what he did, there's a reaction, there's a cause, right? But the person who sets it up at the friggin' beginning, Reverse Flash, is not there at the end. That's how you close the story out. I don't get that. Look, all I'm saying is I love the show. I'm definitely watching the next season. We just need to make a couple of tweaks.
So
just to make it
that's
consistent.
an endorsement, an all-around endorsement.
yeah.
Everybody liked it, but hey, as fans, we have our issues.
That's right. And once again, Kyle is off the rockers with his madness. Ladies and gentlemen, spin rack out. Thank you.